Welcome back to Camo Tactical HQ. I got another box of awesomeness, another Father's Day box of awesomeness, but the difference this time is this one has no M4s. I'm tired of getting M4s. I got M4s the first time and the second time, a blue one and a gray one. This one will have no M4s, so that's going to be a plus. I'm tired of getting M4s. This box isn't quite as big as the last one, but it's heavier than the last one. I think the last one was like maybe 26, maybe 28 pounds. This one is 32 pounds. It's quite heavy for a primary rifle and for a pistol. I'm gonna throw some predictions out right now. I think I got an LMG, but we'll have to see. There was some other cool stuff as well. Maybe I got an AK is my second thought here to kind of throw out some predictions. Either way, it should be okay. This box had some great stuff. So it also had a few sniper rifles, which I'd really like to have. There was a high chance to get a sniper rifle on the first one. There was a pretty good chance to get a sniper rifle on the second box of awesomeness, and I still didn't get a sniper rifle. This one has a pretty high chance of getting a sniper rifle, although I'll tell you now, I don't think I got a sniper rifle, but let's go ahead and crack it open and see what we got. Okay, so I haven't looked inside yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and see what some of the first items are. Okay, so it looks like I got another Evike gun bag. I'm not gonna cover this one too much because I've already gotten one of these in my last video, but I'm again happy that I got one of these because I got a lot of guns now, and the more gun bag, more storage you can have, the better. Just to give it a quick overview, you got a large pouch here, two small pouches here, more pouches here, and then on the inside you have two slots with padding in between so you don't scratch up both guns, padding on the bottom, which is a nice place for storage or carrying on the go. So that's the gun bag. Okay, so it looks like we got some kind of backpack. I think they actually mentioned that this might be some sort of hydration pouch, which actually I think right here might be where you run your line for your hydration pouch for your, I think they call it a Camelback. So you have like a bag here. Yeah, I think this is kind of double where you might put your Camelback water pouch in here, run the line through here, and then you of course wear it like a backpack, run it over your shoulder, and then you have your hydration. But also it looks like not only do you have your pouch for what looks to be like your Camelback, this also just doubles straight up as a backpack with a couple pouches in here. And then you have some standard webbing to add some other accessories as well. So this is cool, I like this, and I actually have a Camelback that I've never used, so this should go good with that. You also have a pouch here, as well as a Velcro pouch here, with Velcro for patches here. So this is cool, I like this. And then we also got a Gamer Dad, like normal dad, but cooler Evike.com patch. I really like this. I am actually a huge gamer myself, so this is gonna be my best patch that I own. As well as a Evike 2nd edition playing card of an FAL carbine. So pretty cool. So thank you, Evike, for that patch. It's the perfect patch. You guys read me like a book. I am a gamer and a dad, so kudos to you. Oh, okay, here we go. So it looks like we got a Glock of some sort, an EMG International Glock. Oh wow, this is nice. But that packaging is very simple and straightforward. That's one thing I really appreciate about EMG is they give you your stuff, give it to you in a box that's very simple, and that's that. So now onto the gun. We have a Salient Arms International. I think that's partnered with EMG. Glock sort of pistol, which you have a barrel cutout at the top and some perforations on the side to get good grip on it. Oh, that feels nice and good. Whoa, how interesting. With an interesting trigger. Slide feels good. How strange of a trigger. So let me show you here. When you rack the slide back, look at that trigger come forward along with a guard. And then when you pull it, it sort of comes back, guard goes in the trigger, and that trigger stays. It doesn't reset. Watch the trigger on reset. How interesting. Maybe this is a Glock thing. I've never had a Glock before, but it's not something I'm familiar with. But I've actually held a Glock before, and I did like it. Only one time before ever. I know Glock is a very popular pistol, but it was never been my thing. I never cared for the looks. I thought it was okay. I mean, hey, I liked it in Counter-Strike, but Glocks had just never been my thing. But holding this here, I actually really like it. And actually something I'm noticing here is that you have your post for your sight, as well as a sort of glow-in-the-dark or bright neon front post so you can really see where you're aiming. So that's kind of cool. Then you have, I think they actually call this bronze. It almost looks gold, but I think bronze back on the grip here as well as your magazine release, and on the other side as well. As well as a cool tag on the bottom right where your Picatinny rail is. That's kind of cool. So the grip feels nice and it's a good size. I don't have huge hands and this isn't a huge gun, so this is like the perfect size for me. As well as a very simple texture that is here as well as here. This is not too much of an aggressive texture. I know like Heckler and Koch guns will have like a very super aggressive texture that will eventually hurt your hands if you're not wearing gloves. So this doesn't feel like it'll hurt your hands if you're not wearing gloves. So far I like this texture. The slide feels good. It has a good reset, good spring, which makes sense because I think if you actually check the selector switch here, this isn't single and safe. No, this is actually single and full auto. That's right, this is actually a full auto pistol. Double stack magazine. So you can go ahead and in those moments where you need to draw your gun, have the single fire, but in those moments where you really need to start laying BBs downrange, you can set that to full auto and start hosing your enemies down. I've never had a full auto pistol before, so this should be pretty cool. I really like the weight, I really like the feel. I'm pretty excited about this and really glad I got this. So I think this just goes to show what you kind of have in this box and why I felt the need to get it right away, because all the boxes included this, and this already seems like a pretty quality pistol. So I like this. This is cool. And it fits nicely in my holster. As you can see, it's a little bit on the smaller side compared to some other pistols. Like for example, that 2011 I got in my first box. But that's cool, I like this pistol a lot. So now the moment we all been waiting for, let's get our rifle now. FN Herstal. What? What did I get? What did I get that is FN Herstal? I am so confused now. FN Herstal. Oh, did I get the P90? Oh, nice. No way. See, I'm always wrong. Oh no! I did get the LMG. Okay, interesting. So I did get the LMG. This is a big boy. Big daddy. So you got your stock. And your big box mag and this big light machine gun. Okay, so it looks like we got a FN Herstal MK46. Not a gun I'm familiar with. I had to assemble it a little bit. Had to take out these two pins to get in this adjustable stock. But it looks like they give you a lot of everything that you need. Like this magazine is not something that looks very standard like you'd have in an M4 or anything. Luckily they give you a bipod here that's included, because you never know what bipod might work best for something like this, because hey, I got no clue. I mean, this is just not something that I'm used to. It is big, it is bulky, it's heavy. I think they say that this is the middleweight. They have a featherweight that's like 6 or 8 pounds. This is, I think, the middleweight, which is 10 pounds. This thing is pretty hefty. But then, of course, they have the heavyweight, which mimics the real one made of completely of metal, which is 14 pounds. But I think this is the middleweight, 10 pounds, made of half metal, half plastic. But it is pretty cool. Am I going to use it in a game? I don't know. Maybe we'll see. But it looks pretty, you know, considering it looks pretty realistic, as much as you can for a airsoft gun. You take this magazine cap out, and I think you just pull this and pull the mag out, and then I think this actually holds like 2,000 BBs. It holds a ton of BBs. Of course, this is an LMG. Might hold 100 rounds in real life, where you might have an M4 that holds 30 rounds in real life. Where an M4 might hold 140 rounds in an airsoft gun magazine, this holds 2,000 rounds. So you're not gonna outclass this when you got a full box of BBs in it. Slides in, then you feed your magazine top into the gun, and you're good to go. It's a little weird because it has a sort of catch here that looks like it would clip in, but for some reason mine doesn't seem like that it wants to clip in. It has a little bit of play, so it seems like you just gotta push it in there and sit it right there, but it can just kind of move about and come out. I'll have to see if that's normal. or if that's a problem with something like mine. You have multiple Picatinny's on the side, literally 2 here, 1 on the bottom, 1 on the top, 2 on the other side. This thing's got Picatinny for days, 1 on the top as well. I noticed that even the top comes up. I think this would be sort of your realistic portion if you had a real LMG like this where you could see into the bolt and work your bolt, work your charging handle, and clear a jam or something, for example. But for this, you're really just looking at what looks to be a gearbox. And it looks like your adjustable hop-up is here. If you open this up, open this, you're gonna be able to see a little turning knob that has some indentations. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that that's your hop-up. And this does actually have a quick change spring system at the back. When I was putting on the stock, I noticed it, that if you just take this pin out and this pin out, remove your stock, you have quick access to your spring, and that's nice and easy. I love guns that have quick change spring systems. I won't buy them if they don't have it. In my opinion, it's a must for electric guns. Again, you have your bipod, which I think how it works, and the only way I knew it was because I was watching Thumb recently. You click it close, and you set it to the top, just like that. When you want to deploy it, you squeeze it and bring it down into your position. I think you can actually have multiple positions here. I think actually, as Thumb even explained, sometimes they even hold on to these. This one actually, maybe you don't want to do that. It feels a little flimsy. But it does lock in the middle and sort of locks in a forward position as well. Yeah, it even locks in a very forward position too. So pretty cool on the bipod. Glad that they include it, because I wouldn't have a bipod for something like this and I would just be sitting it down. But nice with the bipod. You can set it up and deploy it, because this is such a big gun. You're gonna need something like that. You have a front and rear sight. Looks pretty good, pretty straightforward, good visibility. Just taking a look here. This sight doesn't look very high quality. I think there is some, it looks like there is some adjustment with the sight. It seems maybe for windage, not so sure about elevation. Honestly, the sight here looks kind of cheap. Plasticky, not very realistic. If you can see it, take a look at it. Just to be honest with ourselves here. But nonetheless, it's gonna do the job, and you're probably gonna throw an optic on something like this anyway, so you can really hone in on spraying those BBs down. Or honestly, you might not need an optic because you're just gonna be bullet hosing this thing. But this thing's pretty cool. I like that I got it in tan. I don't really ever have tan guns. What seems to be a mock charging handle and bolt. Really, I think that's about it that I can say with this thing. You do have some FN Herstal licensing in white here that says 6mm for its caliber, which of course is a 6mm BB, as well as some other licensing on the back here as well. M249 with the serial number displayed right over my hand here. And I think I might have mentioned it before, but just in case I didn't, you have an adjustable stock with a, not sure if this is an actual real rubberized butt pad. I guess to say that it is not super high quality. And honestly, for a $400 gun, it's not super high quality. But then again, you're getting a lot. You're getting a big gun, something that's almost custom, something that's not very standard is what I'm trying to say. And so therefore, a lot of this stuff is going to be expensive, even though it's not top-notch quality. But pretty cool. If this is something you're into, I'm sure you would love it. I'm going to use it. I'm excited to have it. It's not something that I've had before. So for me, this is something that's cool, because me and myself, I wouldn't pay $450 for this. I'm just glad that I won it. And I'll probably definitely be keeping this and putting it somewhere for sure. Overall, a good box and a sweet win, in my opinion, between the M249 as well as the Glock. I mean, this is a cool box. This is why I'm glad I didn't pass up on it, even though I got in 2 boxes before. I was like, once I had seen it, I'm like, man, I need this box. I gotta get it, and I don't regret getting it. It is a sweet box here. Let me know what you guys think, or if you guys got a box, what you won. You guys have been really nice to me and giving me likes and comments. I love to hear from you guys and interact with you guys. Let me know what you guys think. I got a lot of reviews coming up next. I've been really starting to use that gun power targeting system with some of my guns. I'm on my last gun for its shooting test, so I can start reviews. Like I said, this is my last box, at least for now, so that I can start reviews on all this cool stuff. I got a lot of cool things now that I can review. So they're gonna start and be coming up And then after that, we can see where we're gonna go, probably getting more Box of Awesomenesses, or especially if something cool, like a Box of Awesomeness like this comes up, where you're getting something awesome and you're guaranteed something else that's really awesome. I was just mentioning with the full auto capability, this thing's gonna be awesome. And I finally was able to guess what I got correctly. So very cool. I'm very happy. Thanks for watching.